السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح ربي زدني علما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا بني إسرائيل اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم وأني فضلتكم على العالمين واتقوا يوما لا تجزي نفس عن نفس شيئا ولا يقبل منها عدل ولا تنفعها شفاعة ولا هم ينصرون. وإذ ابتلى إبراهيم ربه بكلمات فأتمهن قال إني جاعلك للناس إماما قال ومن ذريتي قال لا ينال عهد الظالمين. وإذ جعلنا البيت مثابة للناس وأمنا واتخذوا من مقام إبراهيم مصلى وعهدنا إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل أن طهر بيتي للطائفين والعاكفين والركع السجود. وإذ قال إبراهيم رب اجعل هذا بلدا آمنا وارزق أهله من الثمرات من آمن منهم بالله واليوم الآخر منهم بالله واليوم الآخر قال وما كفر فأمتعه قليلا ثم أضطره إلى عذاب النار وبئس المصير. Okay, so we're gonna do Surah Al-Baqarah from number 122 to 125 inshallah, 26. Okay, so we're done with the tilawah. Let's just do the tajweed now. Ya bani, ya standing fatha, you have to stretch it. Bani, there's a mad. Okay, and this is madde munfasil. You have to stretch it according to 4 alif. Bani Israel, madde muttasil. You have to stretch it according to 4 alif. Isra'il adhkuru. Waw madda, waw you need to stretch it according to 1 alif. Kuru. نعمتي التي, again مد منفصل, you have to stretch it according to 4 alif. أنعمت عليكم عين, please take out the makharij properly while you're reading the Quran. عين أنعمت عليكم from the throat. وأني noon mushaddad, you have to do gunna here, you have to stop, you have to do gunna from the nose. وأني this is ya madda, you have to stretch it according to 1 alif. Ya is silent, before that there is kasra, so you need to stretch it. فضلتكم ضاد, you need to fix the makhraj of ضاد. فضلتكم على العالمين, you have to stretch it, there is a standing fatha. واتقوا قاف, you have to take it out from the throat. واتقوا wow is silent, before that there is sama, you need to stretch it according to 1 alif. يوم لا تجزي, you have to do qalqala here, bounce the sound, but this is qalqala sugra. Tajzi, you have to, this is madde, this is ya madda, you have to stretch it according to 1 alif. Ya is silent, before that there is kasra, you have to stretch it according to 1 alif. Nafsun an nafsin, noon mushaddad, you have to do gunna here. Nafsin tanween, after that there's sheen from haruf ikhfa, so you're going to be taking the sound of this tanween into the nose. An nafsin shay'an, waw leen, this is from haruf yarmalun, so we're going to be doing gunna here as well. Okay, so this is going to be idgham waw ilahan rahimun. So if after noon sakin or tanween from amongst the letters of yarmalun, any of the letter of ya waw mim noon, ya waw mim noon appears, then the noon sakin or tanween will be incorporated into the letter following it, and it will be read with gunna. Okay, so we're going to be incorporate this tanween into this waw and read it with gunna. Shay'an wala yuqbalu minha, ha and ha is different. Okay, ha adlun, you're going to be doing qalqala here. This is from haruf qalqala. Adlun Wow, again the same, you have to merge, incorporate this tanween into the wow and read it with the gunna. ولا تنفعها, noon is silent, after that there's fa from haruf ikhfa, so we're going to be taking the sound of this noon into the nose. تنفعها شفاعة, again it's the same thing, tanween we're going to be incorporating it with wow and reading it with gunna. شفاعة ولا هم ينصرون, ينصرون, noon silent, after that there's صاد from haruf ikhfa, so we're going to be reading this noon in from the hiding this sound of this noon into the nose. ينصرون, صاد صاد صاد, here it is, see. Okay, وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى, ba, you have to do qalqala here. وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى, you have to stretch it, إِبْرَاهِيمَ. Okay, again, ba is silent and it's from haruf qalqala, and we're going to be doing qalqala here. We're going to be doing the bouncing sound here, إِبْرَاهِيمَ. Okay, and there is standing fatha and under there standing kasra, so you need to stretch it. Rabbuhu, rabbu, ra, you have to read a thicker. Rabbuhu bi kalimatin. Okay, bi kalimatin. Okay, tanween, and after that there's fa from haruf ikhfa. So what are we going to do is we're going to be hiding the sound of this tanween into the nose. Fa'atammahun, gunna, noon mushaddad, mim mushaddad. You have to do gunna here. You need to stop. You need to do gunna here from the nose. You're not going to hide the sound. Hiding the sound is just for the ikhfa. Qala inni. Okay, noon mushaddad, we're going to be doing gunna here. Ya is silent, before that there's kasra, this is ya madda, so we're going to be doing we're going to be stretching this, okay, according to one alif. Ja'iluka linnasi, linnasi, noon mushaddad, you have to do gunna here. Imama. Qala wa min dhurriyati, wa min dhurriyati, noon is silent, after that there is zal from haruf ikhfa, so we're going to be doing is this, that we're going to be taking the sound of hiding the sound of this noon into the nose. Okay, noon silent, after that there's zal from haruf ikhfa, so we're going to be hiding the sound of this noon into the nose. Wa min dhurriyati, it's not going to be wa min. See, wa min and wa min has a difference, so this is wa min dhurriyati. Ta, ya is silent, before that there is ta and it has a kasra, and this is ya madda, you have to stretch it according to one alif. Qala, qaf, you have to read it thicker. Qala, and qaf has a alif with it, so we're going to stretch it according to one alif. Qala, not kala, not qala, qala, no, it's not going to be like that, it's going to be qala. Okay, la yanalu. Okay, it's not, because most of the people, they have so much mistake, especially when kids, they start reading the Quran, and they have this major mistake, is this, that they don't read this alif, they read it like qala la yanalu, la yanalu, so it's la yanalu. Okay, this also has a alif, this also has a alif, and this also has a alif. You have to read all of this alif, you have to stretch it, stretch. Okay, ahd zalimin, ha. Okay, ظالمين, you have to stretch the zaw, it's standing. وَإِذْ جَعَلْنَا الْبَيْتَ مَثَابَةً لِلنَّاسِ, لِلنَّاسِ, noon mushaddad, you have to do gunna here. وَأَمْنَا وَاتَّخِذُوا, وَاتَّخَخَ, you have to take it out from the throat. ذُو, mim mushaddad, you have to do gunna here. مَقَامِ, there's an alif with it. مَقَامِ, qaf, you have to read the thicker. مَقَامِ, ba, you have to do qalqala here. Ibrahima, stretch it according to one alif. See, standing fatha, standing kasra. Musalla, slad, you have to read the thicker. Musalla. Wahidna. Okay, dal qalqala, you have to do qalqala here, you have to do a bouncing sound. And noon, there's a madde munfasil, I have to stretch it according to one alif, four alif actually. Ahd, wa'ahidna ila. Okay, now there is a standing fatha and madda munfasil, so you have to stretch it according to 5 to 6 alif. Okay, وَعَهِدْنَا إِلَىٰ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. Okay, iba, Ba is qalqala, haruf qalqala, you have to make a bouncing sound here. Ibrahim wa Ismail. Ya is silent, before that there is kasra, so you need to stretch it according to one alif. This is ya madda tahira. Noon is silent, after that there is ta from haruf ikhfa, so we're gonna be taking the sound of this noon into the nose. Tahira. Baytiya lit-ta'ifina, there is a big mad muttasil, you have to stretch it according to 4 to 5 alif. Ta'ifina wal-aakifina wal-rukka'i sujud. Now this is haruf qalqala, and when we stop it's going to be silent, and when the haruf qalqala is silent, we do qalqala there, we bounce the sound. Sujud. Wa idha qala Ibrahim, again we have to do this, we have to do qalqala here. Rabbij'al. Okay, so we also Rabbij'al. Okay, so we need to stretch, we need to connect this ba with the jim, and jim is silent, so we need to do qalqala here. Rabbij'al hadha baladan amina. Again wow, we need to incorporate this tanween into wow, and we have to read it with gunna. Amina warzuq ahlahu min ath-thamarati. Rati, you need to read it thicker. Thamarati, you need to read it thicker. And tha. Man amana, you need to stretch this. Amana minhum. Okay, let me just tell you guys about that. Okay, so if after mim sakin there appears a ba, then what are we going to do is then ikhfa will be made. See, as you can see here, if after mim sakin there appears a ba, then ikhfa will be made. Okay, hum bihim inna rabbahum bihim. Okay, so it's not going to be gunna, it's going to be ikhfa, so we're going to be doing ikhfa here. Minhum billahi wal yawm al-akhir. Okay, qala wa ma kafara, noon silent, after that there's kaf from haruf ikhfa, so we're going to be hiding the sound of this noon into the nose. Wa ma kafara fa umatti'uhu qalila. Again tanween, there's sa from haruf ikhfa, so we're going to be hiding the sound of the this tanween into the nose. Qalila. Thumma mim mushaddad, you have to do gunna here. Thumma طَرُّهُ إِلَى عَذَابِ النَّارِ. Okay, you have to do gunna here. Noon mushaddad, you have to do gunna here. وَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرِ. Masir, صاد, masir, not masir, that's going to be seen, like وَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرِ, that's going to be wrong, you have to read this thicker, this is صاد. Masir. Okay, Jazakallah khair, and inshallah in the next video I will be covering the translation and the explanation with a very in a better way where you can understand the translation and the explanation of these ayahs, inshallah. And Jazakallah khair, and do practice it, and inshallah your tajweed will get better and better, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.